Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022. Today I'm going to preview and pick Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Avalanche and the Lightning. We'll go over yesterday's baseball and WNBA games, look ahead to tonight's games, and same for the Men's College World Series. We will look at the tee times for the Travelers Championship. I have my latest NBA mock draft. And then primary results, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with the Stanley Cup Final. Tonight is Game 4 between the Avs and the Lightning. I think this is a pivotal game. A huge game, obviously. Obviously, the Lightning tied. We're at least going 6. And if the Avs win, this could be done by Friday night. It's a pick'em. The over-under is 6. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Avs plus 1.5 is minus 275. Lightning minus 1.5 is plus 220. I'm going Tampa again. They're home. I think they found something in the Game 3 and have momentum. Never underestimate a heart of a champion, and you're never in trouble in a playoff series until you lose at home. As far as I'm concerned, the Lightning haven't lost at home yet, in this series. So I'm taking the Lightning at minus 110 here to even up this baby at 2 apiece in what I think is going to be a wonderful game tonight with Sean McDonough, Ray Ferraro, and Emily Kaplan on the call on ABC. Okay, now I'll move on to Major League Baseball. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Marlins over the Rockies 9-8. Miami 30-36. Colorado 30-38. Dodgers over Reds 8-2. Dodgers 41-25. Reds 23-44. Pirates over the Cubs 7-1. Pirates 28-39. Cubs 25-43. Nats over the Orioles 3-0. Nats 25-46. Orioles 30-39. Red Sox over the Tigers 5-4. Red Sox 38-31. Detroit 26-42. Rays over the Yankees 5-4. Rays 37-31. Yankees 50-18. Giants over the Braves 12-10. That's an insane score. Giants 38-29. Atlanta 38-30. Guardians over the Twins 65-11 as the Guardians, in theory, tie the Twins for first in that division. Cleveland is 35-28, Minnesota 38-31. Rangers over the Phillies 7-0, Rangers 32-35, Philly 36-33. Astros over the Mets 8-2, Astros 42-25, Mets 45-25. Cardinals over the Brewers 6-2, Cardinals 39-31, Milwaukee 39-31. Blue Jays over the White Sox over the Blue Jays, I read that wrong. 7-6-12 on a walk-off single by Josh Harrison. Chicago with the big win, 33-33. Toronto is 38-30. Royals over the Angels, 12-11-11. Royals 25-42. LA 33-38. Padres over the Diamondbacks 3-2-11 on a walk-off single by Jorge Alfaro. San Diego's 43-27. Arizona is 32-38. And the Mariners over the A's 8-2 is the Mariners single-handedly do best bet in the 7th inning, pretty much. And the A's, too, with their 2 runs. 30-39 now are Seattle, and Oakland is 23-46. Right now, we look ahead to today's games. At 2 o'clock, you have the Mets and the Astros. Carlos Carrasco and Luis Garcia. The Mets are minus 142. The Astros are minus 142. The Mets are plus 120 over under 8. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Mets plus 1.5 is minus 172. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 142. I'm going to go with the under, but I do not feel good about it. Blue Jays White Sox. Ross Stripling and Lucas Giolito. Toronto's minus 110. Chicago's minus 106. Over under 9.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Toronto minus 1.5 is plus 122. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 146. I'm going Chicago minus 106 to get back over 500. So I'm going to go with the White Sox minus 106 as a home underdog. They're 53.9% to win. 4 o'clock, you have the Phillies and the Rangers. Zach Wheeler and John Gray. Phillies minus 138, Rangers plus 118, over under 7.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104, Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 108, Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 130. I'm going with the over. D-backs Padres. Madison Bumgarner and Mike Clevenger. Padres minus 166, D-backs plus 140, over under 7.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 156, Padres minus 1.5 is plus 130. I'm going again with the over. 6:30, Rockies Marlins. Chad Cole and Pablo Lopez. Marlins minus 205, Rocks plus 172, over under 7, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 137, Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 114. For this game, I'm going to go, because of Pablo Lopez, under 3.5 first half total runs at plus 110. Dodgers Reds. Tyler Anderson and Luis Castillo. Dodgers minus 162, Reds plus 136, over under 9, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 104, Reds plus 1.5 is minus 125. The Reds are 42.5% chance to win. They're plus 136. I'm going to take a chance with the Reds as a home underdog, plus 136 at home against the Dodgers. Cubs Pirates at 7 o'clock. Keegan Thompson and Jared Eichhoff making his season debut. Cubs minus 116, Pirates minus 102, over under 9, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 134, Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 162. I'm laying the minus 116 with the Cubs. They're 67.8% to win, according to ESPN Analytics, and they're only minus 116. I'm going to lay that with the Cubs. Nationals Orioles. Patrick Corbin and Tyler Wells. Orioles minus 154, Nats plus 130, over under 9, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 162, Orioles minus 1.5 is plus 134. Tyler Wells reminds me a lot of John Means from a standpoint of he just broke out on the Orioles. But I'm going to go over 9, minus 106 for this game. Tigers Red Sox. Tariq Skubal and Michael Wacha. Red Sox minus 136, Tigers plus 116, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 170, Red Sox minus 1.5 is plus 140. I'm going with under. Michael Wacha has been brilliant this year, and Skubal's been pretty good too. Yankees Rays, Jordan Montgomery and Shane Baz. Yanks minus 142, Rays plus 120, over under 7, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Yankees minus 1.5 is plus 122, Rays plus 1.5 is minus 146. This is a tough one, but I'm going to look at first half total runs. I'm going to go under 3.5 at minus 106. Jordan Montgomery's been really good this year, and Shane Baz is a great pitcher in his own right, although not great so far this year. Giants Braves at 7:20. Carlos Rodon and Charlie Morton. Braves minus 136, Giants plus 116, over under 8.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Giants plus 1.5 is minus 166, Braves minus 1.5 is plus 138. I'm going San Francisco plus 116. Carlos Rodon's been better than Charlie Morton this year, and really hasn't been close. 7:30, the Guardians and the Twins. Tristan McKenzie and Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray coming back from the injured list. Minus 154, the Twins. Guardians plus 130, over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 166. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 138. I'm going to go with the under in this game. Cardinals Brewers at 8. Adam Wainwright and Eric Lauer. Brewers minus 120. Cards plus 102. Over under 9. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Cards plus 1.5 is minus 215. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 176. We're going with the Cardinals plus 102. 51.4% chance to win according to ESPN Analytics, and they're an underdog. 9:30, Mariners Angels. Or Athletics, my bad. George Kirby and Paul Blackburn. Mariners minus 134, A's plus 114, over under 7, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 136, A's plus 1.5 is minus 164. A's are plus 114 underdog, 54.4% chance according to ESPN Analytics, so I'm taking the Athletics. And last but not least, you have At 9:50, Royals Angels. Daniel Lynch and Shohei Ohtani. Angels minus 240, Royals plus 198, over under 8, overs minus 114, unders minus 106, Royals plus 1.5 is even money. Angels minus 1.5 is minus 120. I'm going with the under because I don't think the Royals can hit Ohtani. I think we're due for a really good Ohtani pitching game. So I'm going to go under 8 at minus 106. All right, now move on to the WNBA. We will recap the games from last night and look ahead to tonight's games. Dream over the Wings 80-75. The Dream are 8-8. Dallas is 8-9. Maya Caldwell 18 points. Alicia Gray at 18. Sky over the Aces 104-95. Sky come back from a big deficit. WNBA record 28-point comeback. They're 11-5. Vegas is 13-3. Courtney Vandersloot 25 points and 8 assists. Jackie Young had 23. Lynx over Mercury 84-71 in the Commissioner's Cup game. Lynx 4-13. Phoenix 6-11. Kayla McBride 18 points. Skylar Diggins-Smith at 25 and 6 assists. Sparks over the Mystics 84-82. Sparks 6-9. Washington 11-8. Nneka Agumake 21 points. Ariel Atkins had 22 for Washington. Now we look ahead to tonight's lone game, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Commissioner's Cup game between the 6-10 Liberty and the 12-5 Sun. The Sun are 9.5-point favorites. Souls 159.5. Part of me just thinks the Liberty are going to show up in this game. Sabrina could, in theory, be the best player on the court in this game. But Jonquel Jones is really good, so no disrespect to Jonquel. And even Alyssa Thomas, but I think there's a chance Sabrina is the best player on the court in this game. So give me the Liberty plus 9.5. Plus 390 is a good money line price, too. I don't know if I would pull the trigger on that necessarily, but it's worth looking at. If it goes to like 4-1 even, I'd consider it. But Liberty plus 9.5 is the play here. All right, now we'll move on to the Men's College World Series. We had 2 games yesterday, and we have another 2 today. 5 seed Texas A&M over Notre Dame, 5-1 elimination game, so Texas A&M is alive, Notre Dame is out. And Arkansas kills number 14 team Auburn, 11-1 in an elimination game. So Arkansas and Texas A&M move on. Texas A&M is in a double elimination against Oklahoma today, 2 o'clock on ESPN. It should be an interesting game. SEC against Big 12. Oklahoma's minus 134. A&M's plus 110. Over under 14.5. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. A&M plus 1.5 is minus 170. Oklahoma minus 1.5 is plus 138. I'm going to go with the under. That's too high of a total. And 7 o'clock on ESPN, double elimination game. Arkansas against Ole Miss, SEC rivals. Ole Miss minus 120, Arkansas minus 102, over under 12.5. Overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Arkansas minus 1.5 is plus 142. Ole Miss plus 1.5 is minus 176. So Arkansas is favored on the run line, but Ole Miss is favored on the money line. This is a tough one. If Arkansas is 5-1 to win the tournament, and they're favored on the run line, that doesn't make sense, right? So, these 2 teams play tomorrow potentially too. I think that's if Arkansas wins. I think Arkansas is going to win, minus 102. Just take one of these underdogs. So I'm going to say it's Arkansas that wins. All right, now move on to golf. This weekend, we have the Travelers Championship, and I have your tee times for tomorrow. 6:45. Henrik Norlander, Stefan Jaeger, Danny Lee, Brian Hartman, Roger Sloan. I'm just going to go with notables. 6:55. Davis Riley, C. Thiglia, Max McGreevy, Sam Ryder, Christian Ziedenhout. 7:05. Doug Gim, Brandon Wu, Sam Piercy, Chasen Hadley. 7:15. Mark Hubbard, Brent Snecker, Cam Davis, Stuart Singh, Charles Hudson, Jason Day. 7:25. Saimu Kim, Sanjay Im, Nate Lashley, Luke List, Lucas Glover, Tony Finau. 7:35. Xander Schauffele, Taylor Hogue, Cheng Pong, Justin Thomas, Matt Trainer. 7:45. Lucas Griffin, Andrew Landry, Webb Simpson, Rory McIlroy, Kevin Kisner, Brendan Todd. 7:55. Richie Wierenski, Chad Ramey, Charlie Hoffman, Martin Laird, Chester V. 8:05. Harold Varner III, Matthew Neesmith, Mito Perrietta, Joaquin Herman, Jason Kokrak. 8:15. Trey Mullinax, Bryce Garnett, Brennan Haas, James Hahn, John Ha. 8:25. Rory Sabatini, Cam Triangle, Tommy Fleetwood, Rebound Lahiri, Brian Stern, Emiliano Grillo. 8:35. Andrew Novak, Paul Barjon, Bayo Hostler, Davy Vanderwall. 8:45. Bo Hogg, Grayson Sigg, Dylan Wu. 12 noon. Aaron Ray, Doc Redman, Wyndham Clark, Adam Svensson, Russell Knox. 12:10. Taylor Moore, Hank Labodia, Adam Cook, Davis Lipsky, Maverick McNeely. 12:20. Aaron Weiss, Tyler Duncan, Lucas Hodges, Matthias Schwab, Brendan Steele, Adam Putnam. 12:30. JJ Spawn, Kevin Tway, Lucas Donald, Robert Streb, Dylan Fratelli. 12:40. Patton Kazir, Sub Straka, Mark Leachman, Patrick Cantlay, Harry English, Kailu Lee. 12:50. Joel Diamond, JT Potson, Camp Champ, Sam Burns, Matt Wolf, Keegan Bradley. 1 o'clock. Grayson Higo, Scotty Scheffler, Carlos Ortiz. Gary Higo. Jordan Spieth, Zach Johnson, Ryan Palmer. 1:10. Seamus Power, Joaquin Neiman, Kramer Hickok, Keith Mitchell, Ricky Fowler, Adam Long. 1:20. Dylan McCarthy, Nate Watney, Troy Merritt, Jonathan Vegas, Scott Scollings, Peter Malnati. 1:30. Brendan Higgy, Matt Wallace, Vincent Willey, Henry Higgs, Kevin Strelman, Mackenzie Hughes. 1:30. Adam Schenk, Joseph Bramlett. 1:50. Michael Gilgick, and Ben Coles. And 2 o'clock, Camp Thompson, Seth Reeves, among notables. All right, a pick now for this tournament. I'm going to go with, let's go with Jordan Spieth, 22-1. I like Spieth here. Lay a couple bucks on Jordan Spieth, so I'm going to go Jordan Spieth, 22-1 to win the Travelers Championship. I thought for a second about Xander, but I'm like, I think Spieth's just due to come through in one of these tournaments. All right, now I'll move on to my latest NBA mock draft. The last one. Obviously, the last one we're going to do tomorrow on draft day. So I'm going to go through my latest mock draft. This is my 9th version. Number 1, Orlando Magic, Jabari Smith, power forward, Auburn. So the Magic can go with Smith, Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero. I think Smith makes the most sense. He didn't have great guard play around him in college, but that will change in the association. Number 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet Holmgren, power forward center, Gonzaga. The Thunder, they have to be so excited if this presents itself on draft night. Holmgren is the perfect type of player for this young Thunder nucleus with his ability to create his own shot as a stretch 5 and protect the rim. Number 3, the Houston Rockets, Paolo Banchero, center, Duke. The Rockets land a player here with a ton of skill and upside in Banchero. With Christian Wood out, the pitcher out, Banchero has a better opportunity to put up some numbers and form a nice foundation with Jalen Green. 4, the Sacramento Kings, Jaden Ivey, point guard, shooting guard, Purdue. This would be an odd fit considering the Kings already have De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell, unless the team opts to move one of those two players or the pick, which the latter isn't inconceivable. Ivey's super explosive, but he lacks the distribution skills of, say, like a John Morant or Chris Paul. Number 5, the Detroit Pistons, Benedict Mathurin, shooting guard, small forward, Arizona. A hot rumor as we approach the draft on Thursday is that Mathurin could sneak into the top 5. Mathurin really broke out in the big way last season as your classic 3-and-D wing that a lot of teams would covet. 6, the Indiana Pacers, Keegan Murray, power forward, center, Purdue. Murray landing here at the Pacers would be an odd fit unless the team opts to move Miles Turner. Murray is a very good two-way big man and would fit nicely with this newer Pacers core they are putting together. 7, the Portland Trailblazers, Shaedon Sharpe, shooting guard, Kentucky. Sharpe landing here at the Blazers is very ideal for the team from a fit standpoint. Despite not playing in the second college semester, he's a three-point shooter and arguably the best athlete in the draft. 8, the New Orleans Pelicans, Dyson Daniels, point guard, shooting guard, G League Ignite. This would be a reach for the Pelicans, in my opinion, but people are higher on Daniels than me. He's a good defender and really showed improvement offensively throughout the G League season. 9, the San Antonio Spurs, Jalen Duren, center, Memphis. The Spurs have some options here at their selection, and they should have their eyes on the big man. Duren has double-double potential, and he would fit nicely with this newer Spurs young core that they have. 10, the Washington Wizards, Johnny Davis, shooting guard, Wisconsin. This would be a very interesting pick for the Wizards since Bradley Beal is the face of trade rumors. Davis is a very selfless player, and even if the Wizards were to keep Beal, he and Davis would be a fun pairing together on the perimeter. 11, the New York Knicks, A.J. Griffin, small forward, Duke. This pick would be a slam dunk for the Knicks despite their need for a point guard. Griffin had a fine season for the Blue Devils, and he can come in and provide some good shooting and athleticism. 12, the Oklahoma City Thunder from the Los Angeles Clippers, Asame Dieng, small forward, France. This pick would be a reach for the Thunder, but a player like Dieng is someone that the Thunder should be targeting with a later pick, like later in this round if they were to have a pick. Dieng was very inconsistent in the NBL, but has tremendous upside with his shot making and ball handling. 13, the Charlotte Hornets, Jeremy Schoen, small forward, power forward, Baylor. With their first of 2 picks, I have the Hornets taking the talented winger. Schoen's skill set would fit nicely with LaMelo Ball and the rest of the young talent they have. 14, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Ochai Agbaji, shooting guard, Kansas. This would be an interesting selection for the Cavs who can use some depth on the wing. Agbaji really put himself in a good position to return to school and winning most outstanding player in the tournament to be in this spot. 15, the Charlotte Hornets from the New Orleans Pelicans, Mark Williams, center, Duke. The third Duke player in this mock I have going to Charlotte. The Hornets badly need a center, and Williams is somebody who had a great tournament in which his stock rose, but he doesn't have high upside. 16, the Atlanta Hawks, Jalen Williams, shooting guard, small forward, Santa Clara. The Hawks are a wild card come tomorrow because this pick is totally in play for a trade. Williams has been a big-time riser of late in terms of draft prospects and showed tremendous potential as a 3-and-D wing. 17, the Houston Rockets from the Brooklyn Nets, Tari Eason, power forward, LSU. With their second first-rounder, I have the Rockets going with the solid player in Eason. He had a breakout year for the Tigers and is an excellent defender, but has some offensive flaws. 18, the Chicago Bulls, Malachi Branham, shooting guard, small forward, Ohio State. I personally think the Bulls are an unknown in terms of the draft, but here I have them going with depth on the wing. Branham can shoot it well from 3 and gets in the paint often, and also teams think that he could go higher than this. 19, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Ty Washington, point guard, shooting guard, Kentucky. I really love this possible match between Washington and the Wolves. Washington does have some flaws that concerns teams, but he and Anthony Edwards together would be a lot of fun. 20, the San Antonio Spurs from the Toronto Raptors, Blake Wesley, shooting guard, Notre Dame. With their second first round, they have the Spurs going with Wesley. He is someone that can shoot the ball well, but hasn't really impressed in other aspects of the game. 21, the Denver Nuggets. Jaden Hardy, shooting guard, G League Ignite. The Nuggets are a team that's looking to add depth on what could be a title contender. Hardy is a player that didn't live up to the hype with Unite, but has a ton of potential that he could unlock. 22, the Memphis Grizzlies from the Utah Jazz. Margin Beecham, shooting guard, G League Ignite. The third player from the loaded G League Ignite team I have going here to Memphis. Beecham is a really good scorer and would be a great 3-and-D player for the Grizzlies to develop. 23, the Philadelphia 76ers. Wendell Moore, shooting guard, small forward, Duke. The Nets chose the furthest pick to 2023, which says a ton about how they may feel about Philly next season, so there is some pressure to nail this pick. I like the idea of Moore here due to his floor spacing and ability to shoot threes. 24, the Milwaukee Bucks. E.J. Little, power forward, Ohio State. The Bucks are just searching for players that can help them while they have Giannis Antetokounmpo at the peak of his powers. Little would be a nice fit here and could eventually go into that Bobby Portis role with his stability. 25, the San Antonio Spurs from the Boston Celtics. Kennedy Chandler, point guard, Tennessee. With their third first rounder, I have the Spurs going with the talented point guard. If it wasn't for poor measures, Chandler would have been a lottery pick due to his other attributes. Or could have, I should say. Don't necessarily know about would have. 26, the Houston Rockets from the Dallas Mavericks. Walker Kessler, center, Auburn. I don't know if I like the fit here of Kessler on the Rockets, but he's someone that is worth taking late in the first round. Kessler is a really good rim protector and will block shots a lot. 27, the Miami Heat. Dalen Terry, point guard, shooting guard, Arizona. Terry is a fast-rising prospect with the draft approaching next week and can conceivably go higher than this. Terry is someone that has great character on and off the court and is a good guy to have in the Heat culture. 28, the Golden State Warriors. Jake LaRavia, power forward, Wake Forest. The Warriors are just looking for depth pieces at this point, or they may trade out of the pick altogether. LaRavia has good aspects of the game and can shoot the three ball well, which bodes well for today's NBA. 29, the Memphis Grizzlies. Nikola Jovic, power forward, Serbia. Jovic falling this far back would be a steal for whomever lands him. Jovic is the safest bet among international players due to his ability to be a stretch four and knock down threes. And number 30, the Denver Nuggets from the Oklahoma City Thunder via the Phoenix Suns. Christian Braun, shooting guard, Kansas. With their second first rounder, I have the Nuggets going with someone that I think can help them next season. Braun is an NBA-ready 3-and-D wing and is really good at attacking the rim. All right, so that's it for my latest mock draft. Okay, now I'm going to do primary results. Just looking back on them. So, we'll look at the primary results. We'll start with Virginia, 2nd and 7th districts. Those are the ones that had to be decided tonight, or last night, I should say. District 2. You had Elaine Loria, your incumbent, and winning the Republican side was Jen A. Higgins. District 7. Abigail Spanberger went uncontested in District 7, and winning District 7, Yesley Vega, who I thought would win the Republican primary. Georgia had some important ones to take care of tonight, or last night. Made the same mistake again. 2nd, 6th, and 10th districts. So those are the ones that we had to talk about. So winning District 2, Chris West, 51.3% of the vote with 99% counted. District 6, Republican Rich McCormick with 66.5% of the vote over Jake Evans, 99% counted. In District 10, Mike Collins wins, 74.5% of the vote over Vernon Jones, 25.5% of the vote. And that's with 98% counted. And on the Democrat side, Tabitha Johnson Green, 64.4% of the vote with 99% counted. And then Jessica Ford, 35.6%. There were some important ones in Alabama last night as well. 5th Congressional District, Secretary of State, and U.S. Senate runoffs. Senate, Katie Britt wins over Mo Brooks, 63% of the vote, 96% counted, so that's a shock. Because you thought Mo Brooks would have won. And Secretary of State Wes Allen wins 65.4% of the vote over Jim Ziegler, 97% counted. In the 5th District, Dale Strong wins 63.4% of the vote, 97.0% of the votes counted. And Casey Wardinsky, 36.6% of the vote. All right, so next week we have a lot more of primaries, including New York, which is a big one. And we also have Colorado. We have Illinois, Oklahoma, and we have some other ones, I believe, as well. So, now I'll move on to news and notes for today. A rumor that's flying around right now regarding the NBA draft is that the 76ers are shopping Matisse Thybulle and 23rd pick so they can clear up cap space and pursue PJ Tucker. That's interesting. Bradley Beal calls out the report about him opting out on Twitter. John Wall picks up the $47.4 million option as the Rockets and Wall are expected to work through a resolution after he exercised the massive player option. The Knicks are off targeting Jaden Ivey as they might be willing to offer Kings multiple first-round picks in a package for the 4th pick. And now there's rumors that they want to trade up to 5 in a deal that involves the 11th pick and Cam Reddish. Golden State may trade their first-round pick due to hefty payroll, and they want to give rotation minutes for James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody. Sad news, Caleb Swanigan passes away at the age of 25. Former Purdue star and played in the NBA for 3 seasons with the Blazers and the Kings. Very sad news. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his former teammates, his friends, Purdue. And then obviously his ex-teammates with the Kings and the Blazers. It's sad, sad news. I really thought that Swanigan was a star at Purdue. He was so good, so fun to watch. And in the NBA, he only played 3 seasons. And Jalen Ferguson passed away at the age of 26 from the Baltimore Ravens. So thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends of the Ravens organization. That's more sad news to hear this morning. Deshaun Watson settles 20 civil lawsuits as plaintiff's attorney announces all but 4 of the 24 lawsuits alleging sexual misconduct by Watson have been settled. Oof. This story's not going to go away. It's just very ugly. Rob Gronkowski retiring again, as he will retire a second time after 11 seasons. And Tom Brady congratulated him on Instagram. And then the agent, Drew Rosenhaus, says it would not shock him if Gronk rejoined Brady in Tampa at some point. That's according to Adam Schefter. Ndamukong Suh teases Raiders signing as he says the Raiders could be fine after saying Bucks return seems out of the picture. So that would be cool if he ended up going there. Jalen Ramsey had shoulder surgeries. He played all last season with the tear in both shoulders, but should be ready for this season. That's insane. Big boost for the Lightning potentially tonight. They might be getting Braden Point back. That is great news for them. John Tortorella says the Flyers job will be his last coaching job. So he's going to retire after the Flyers. Awards in hockey last night. Winning the Calder Trophy, Moritz Seider wins it over Michael Bunting and Trevor Zegras. The stud 21-year-old defenseman for the Red Wings. That's pretty cool for him. The Ted Lindsay Award, Austin Matthews. Voted the NHL's best player by his peers. So I like that hockey does the Ted Lindsay Award, just going for the best player, regardless of how your team performs. And there's obviously the most valuable player, too. Winning the Norris Trophy, Cale Makar over Roman Josi. The Vezina Trophy, New York Rangers goalie Igor Shesterkin, not surprising, as he beats out Jacob Markstrom and Juuse Saros. And winning the Hart Trophy, I was right. Derek was wrong. It's Austin Matthews. Derek thought it was going to be Connor McDavid, but he was wrong. It went to being Matthews. McDavid came in second. Shesterkin came in third. Fourth was Roman Josi, and fifth was Johnny Gaudreau. So that's a really good top five for the Hart Trophy. MLB All-Star voting update. Leading the AL ballot, not surprisingly, Aaron Judge, and the NL ballot, Mookie Betts. So good on Aaron Judge for finally being the leading vote getter, because it feels like Mike Trout beats him out every year. But Judge might have been it in 2017, but I don't remember. Alrighty. Last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple I liked in baseball, a couple overs. And I'm going to go with over 7.5 between the... Oh, and they're both at minus 118 too, but just don't know which one to pick. I'm going to go with the Phillies Rangers because they're playing in Texas, and I think the Philly offense could go off. So I'm going to go a unit on over 7.5, minus 118, with the Phillies and the Rangers for my best bet. All right, so that's it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and looking ahead to everything tomorrow. My final NBA mock draft. I might have predictions on the show tomorrow for the draft as well, so stay tuned for that. And news and notes and best bet. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.